Welcome to another Kaladesh Remastered draft with me, Jerupidis. And I have something kind of cool for you today. They've got a remastered draft challenge up, and what that means is that it costs a lot more to enter, and you have to win a lot more to break even on it. But it's kind of a fun, like, high-stakes thing, and if you're kind of an older player like I am, this is best of 3, and that is, in my opinion, the way that drafts should be played. So with all that out of the way, let's jump right in and see if we can get some wins here. All right, let's see what we got here. Well, there is a Planeswalker. I don't know how good this is in draft, though. I mean, scry 1 every turn, deal you a damage is pretty good. And making a copy of things can take advantage of enter the battlefield stuff. So that is interesting. It does immediately throw you into just red-blue, which is not the best way to start a draft. Like, the discipline pick here is probably just Welding Sparks. But I'm not going to pass a Planeswalker. Come on. Let's just see if we can force red-blue or be base green, X, and then splash the other color. But if I can, I'm going to try to just force red-blue here, I think. So let's see. What would be fun to copy with Saheeli? I mean, I know that Bazaar Barge is decent. Gearseeker Serpent is also pretty good, but I think I can put that on the wheel. And then there is Ice Over as well, although that is not premium removal, but it is pretty good. So for me, it's between Bazaar Barge, Gearseeker Serpent, and Ice Over. And I think I'm just going to go ahead and take the Bazaar Barge. I can copy it with Saheeli to draw an extra card. Okay, well, now we have another Mythic Rare. And this could lead us towards the base green thing I was talking about. I mean, it makes everything you cast read, draw a card, and then sometimes it's just free. That seems completely insane to me. I don't think copying that with Saheeli is good, but that's just, like, way too sweet to let go by. And now I'm seeing Malfunction, which seems fine. I could be base green, blue, and splash the red, and I would like to take some removal at this point, considering I just passed reasonable enough removal cards for much more exciting Mythic Rares. But if you don't get excited by Mythic Rares and just, like, feel the impulse to take them, I don't think you're playing this game right. Yeah, let's go Malfunction. All right, well, there's a Gearseeker Serpent, and none of these red cards are particularly interesting, and none of the green cards either, so let's just go ahead and take that. And it's also possible that we could just get a Prophetic Prism, a Renegade Map, something like that, and then we could just splash the green for Rashmi. So now there is an Implement of Examination. There's a Daredevil Dragster, but I don't think we want that many vehicles, and then there's just another Malfunction. It feels to me like I probably just want the Malfunction. Okay, now there's an Attune with Aether, and that I think I'm very interested in taking. And that can get us into our base green-blue here. My cat is just going ham right now. There's an Aether Hub. That's perfect. I think it's a little bit better than the Renegade map. And I don't know what we got going on here, but it's looking pretty sweet to me. And I think I have enough 4-drops that I've taken right off the bat. I already have 3, so I don't think I want Nimble Innovator. It is reasonable to copy with Saheeli. But I think Unbridled Growth will be fine. Ice Over came back? We will take that now. Nothing wrong with that. And a Wild Wanderer, perfect. This means I only have to play, like, 1 mountain to ever cast Saheeli, and I'll be just fine. And despite the fact that Malfunction and the Ice Over are not premium removal, they are at a slight premium for a green-blue deck because you end up having a little bit of trouble getting your hands on solid removal. In green, you end up with these like fight cards, and in blue, you end up with like these either bounce effects or tap effects. So you really struggle to get any kind of hard removal. So I'm fine with taking a... All right, what do we got here? There is another Aether Hub, which is interesting. I don't know how much we're going to care about energy, but it's hard for me to pass Aether Hub. I don't think multiple ice overs is going to be that important, and the last one wheeled anyway, so we'll just take the hub. Well, that's a sweet card, too. We're going to be like mono 4-drops, but if I can get my hands on a few expensive artifacts, then I'll be in business with this. I mean, there is also Aether Swooper, and we are hurting for 2-drops. And that is a pretty sweet thing to copy with Saheeli. But I think I'm just going to take Padim. Let's just get all the rares in our deck. Okay, well, there's an Aether Swooper now. There's also a Seed Sculptor, which is pretty good to copy with Saheeli. But I think I like producing the energy for Aether Hub. And having a way to leverage it. So I think I'm going to take the energy card. All right, and there's another energy card, which is pretty decent. I think with Attune, Unbridled Growth, and Wild Wanderer, I don't need any more fixing. Prophetic Prism is super solid with Saheeli, once again, but I think we'll be fine without it. So we'll take the guy with energy. In green-blue, you are supposed to be the energy archetype, so I don't think I should pass too many of these. And there's a Cloud Blazer, and I think that can fit in our deck. Like, we have double Aether Hub and Unbridled Growth already. Yeah, that sounds awesome to me. Let's just do that. There's another late Ice Over, so I may even pick up that one from the first pack. All right, there's not much here. I guess I'll just take the Peafowl. Metallic Rebuke also seems like reasonable, but I don't really have any other instance. Like, I look like I'm going to be tapping out just about every turn. Yeah, I'll take the Peafowl in case I'm hurting for creatures. It is also a 4-drop artifact, which helps with the Padim. So I'll be interested in picking up another large artifact at some point. So Aether Theorist, Aether Hub, or Spirebluff Canal. I'm kind of tempted to take the Canal. I could just take the third Aether Hub, too. I think I got to take the 2-drop. That's so sad. All right, we'll take another Aether Swooper. Yeah, and so I think we're in the right seat, it looks like to me. I already have a Cloud Blazer, but Tezzeret's Ambition... Well, Cloud Blazer is just completely insane to copy with Saheeli, right? I'm still going to take the Ambition. And now there's not really anything for us, but there is a Peafowl. Seed Sculptor's perfect. Arnhem Cobra could get in my deck. So what do we got here? I definitely see that Wildest Dreams, but I already have Cloud Blazer and Tezzeret's Ambition to draw millions of cards. Pima Outrider's pretty fantastic, right? And it's insane to copy with Saheeli as well. Let's look at our curve. I have a lot of 4s and almost no 3s, so that is a consideration. But Outrider is real good, so we'll just take it. Does Trophy Mage find anything for us? It does not. So I could just take the Disallow. It's just a hard counter. I think I'm going to do that. Doesn't seem that good, but I don't see anything else here that I can realistically take. Like, I could take the Ballista Charger to have a 5-drop artifact to go with Padim, but that doesn't seem that important. Like, Padim could just maybe not make the deck. Whoa. What? And there's a Nature's Way? Oh my god. I think it's just gotta be Bristling Hydra, right? Yeah. Okay. Okay. So, how many creatures do I have? I kind of just think I got to take a 3-drop. I don't hate this card. It isn't great, but I could also just take select. We'll take the turret. Ridgescale Tusker? What is going on? Oh my god! There's a Thriving Rhino too? Oh. I think you just have to take Tusker. I'll find another 3-drop. Tusker is a mythic uncommon. Aether Meltdown is pretty great. There's also a Druid. Druid is probably an upgrade over something like Narnum Cobra. But I think I kind of like the removal spell, pseudo removal, just because it helps protect Saheeli. Oh my god, there's a Nature's Way in this pack and a Rogue Refiner. This is unreal. This is absolutely unreal. I mean, I need the 3-drop creature. Yeah, let's take Rogue Refiner. Boy, I'm just, I'm losing my mind a little bit right now. I don't even know what's going on. So Blossoming Defense or Reservoir Walker. It depends on how bad I want to get Padim in my deck, and the answer is not particularly, so we'll just take the Blossoming Defense. Wildest Dreams came back. Like, I can just have every single card that I could possibly want. This is insane. Is it worth it to splash the Boar? I mean, I have so much ability to splash cards. I think I'm just going to take the Boar. This is a very exciting deck. Creeping Mold for the sideboard. Sure. All right, so obviously we've got to cut some of these 4-drops, and I think the Peafowl can get out. I honestly don't really feel like we're a vehicle deck, so I can just cut that too. I can probably get rid of Disallow, just because it doesn't really work with Rashmi, and I don't have a lot of other instants to go with it, so I think we can just get rid of that. It could be a good sideboard card. Okay. So it's possible we should cut Cloudblazer. That might be too far to go. Tezzeret's Ambition does a pretty good job of doing this. It's just so bananas to copy with Saheeli. I'm just not sure. And I can definitely get away with just one mountain. That gives me 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 red with Wild Wanderer. Plus I have the ability to scry a whole bunch. So I guess I don't really want Cobra. Like, for Saheeli, I want to keep my creatures with Enter the Battlefield triggers and not much else. Yeah, in fact, Boar can probably just get out. I have so many 4-drops. And it's probably best to just have the excellent mana. I guess I could get away with the 1 planes as well. So what do I have for removal? I've got Double Malfunction, Aether Meltdown, and Ice Over. I should maybe have taken a Nature's Way at some point. How good is Padim in our deck? We have 1 artifact, so he's pretty bad. So we can go ahead and get rid of that. Now we're down to 14 creatures, so we're getting pretty light on that. I can probably... I mean, Aether Hub just makes our mana so good. And I probably don't need both Riparian Tigers. But at 14 creatures, I don't really want to cut any more creatures, especially with Ridgescale Tusker. So let's just get rid of Highspire Infusion, and we'll keep the Blossoming Defense as like a way to beat one of their removal spells. And then for early defense, I've got Aether Meltdown, Aether Swoopers to make some servos, Aether Theorist, Ice Over, and Seed Sculptor. That seems pretty good to me. That should mean that I'll be able to cast Saheeli and protect it fairly well. And then just copying stuff like Rogue Refiner or Cloud Blazer with Saheeli should just be completely insane. All right, let's get to it. All right, I've got a tune to go get my white, which means I can cast Cloud Blazer on 5. That's going to be fantastic, so let's keep this. I see. And I even draw my red. Awesome. Yeah, I suppose we'll just play the white since they know about it. Play the Seed Sculptor. All right, that's a good draw. Do I want to attack? I don't think so. I think with Cloud Blazer, I can afford to just kind of chill. 4/4 trample, you say? It would be a real shame if that thing were to malfunction. Still no attacks. That's big. But I will get to ice it over. So I think I'm just going to play Cloud Blazer. And I will take my 4. Okay. So let's play the blue. Let's go ice over on the 4/4. And I think I'll jam both. Get you for 4. And then we'll drop Wild Wanderer. Okay. We'll get the green. All right, they've still got spells. They're going to hit for 6. So Gearseeker Serpent should be able to shut down the cavalry. The question is, do I want to trade with Sage right now? And I think the answer is no. Yeah, we'll just go no blocks. So play my land. I do want to play Gearseeker Serpent this turn. I will have 1 mana left for Blossoming Defense. Okay. We'll get in for 2. And they choose not to attack. That's wonderful for me. Play an Aether Hub. Play a turret. Play an Aether Swooper. And pass. Get an energy. And I'm not attacking with Gearseeker because I have a reasonable amount of damage in the air. And I want it to block the Lifecraft Cavalry. Oh, man. I gotta put him on the pain train, right? It just has to be done. Let's go to game 2. It's probably true that you shouldn't show your opponent stuff like that if you don't have to, but I had to. There was no way to not do that. So from what I saw, I mean, they've got some good cards. Do I want Creeping Mold at all? Does not look that way. It just looks like I want things that handle big, dumb, green idiots. So Disallow is, like, interesting. But I think on the draw, it's worse. Like, a 3-mana counter on the draw can be pretty bad. They could already have played, like, a Thriving Rhino or something. And then I have to choose between dealing with that or leaving up 3 mana. And then they hit me with a 3/4, and it gets really out of control, so I think we're just gonna stand pat with this. All right, well, 0 lands is probably not a keep. This is pretty bad. I mean, so Ridgescale Tusker and Gearseeker Serpent are good, but not having anything to do early is definitely scary. That being said, I don't think I'm going to go to 5. So let's get rid of one of our blue, I guess. Well, I was hoping they would just do nothing for the whole game. That's not a bad draw. I actually kind of need to go get my blue. Because I have a double blue, 2 double blue cards in my hand, so I don't think there's any doubt that that's what I should do. But if we get run over here, it's just, you know, it's either that or going to 5. Okay, well, that drew them 0 cards, so that's decent. And I think I'm going to go get my white because I don't think I could place a Healy on this board anyway. I'm certainly blocking. All right, you got a 4/4. Does that have trample? Of course it does. Okay. So this is coming in as a 6/6. There's nothing I can do about that, but I can play Pima Outrider and have a blocker for the Cobra. It also forces them to use the energy on the Tiger attack. So I think we're going to do that. That makes the most sense to me. Okay. Yeah, no blocks because next turn, if they don't have another removal, I will be able to have a couple of blockers. So can I play both of these? I can. That's pretty sweet. Let's go ahead and do that. And I guess I'll do it self because it's got a better body. Okay. That's your last card. I'm feeling okay. Okay, and they don't have a follow-up? Yeah, I think I just play Gearseeker, and then next turn play Tezzeret's Ambition and plan to discard the Forest. All right, well, let's play the mountain, because we're certainly not discarding that. Yeah, I guess I would want to leave up Saheeli mana here. Yeah, we'll discard this. Play the turret. And I'm still not attacking. I think I'll just not block, right? Amazing.
I love a good challenge. This should be fun. I believe in innovation.
Let's just attack for 13. And in order to protect Saheeli, I'm just going to malfunction the Cobra. This is fantastic. Man, is this deck fun to play. Good games, opponent. Let's play first. Tune to go get my white, I guess. Doesn't even matter because I have Unbridled Growth. Sure. Actually, I think I'll get the red because on the play, a turn 3 Saheeli is actually fine. So that's what we'll do. Play a 2/3 blocker, and I do have a lot of lands here, so that is a concern. And I think I'm going to crack this because I need some action. Okay. Well, we've managed to draw 8 lands already. All right, Ice Over's not a bad draw. And they are red-blue. So going to the late game with them could be bad. They tend to make a lot of 1/1 flyers. But I've got to draw some spells before I feel comfortable doing anything. That's just a horrifying draw. What happened to the deck I was playing last match? That deck was amazing. I don't know what this deck is. Okay. Let's make some energy. Nice, nice, nice. So we've drawn 4 spells and 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 lands. That is very interesting. Okay. So I can ice over the Crusher. Okay. Doesn't have, like, haste or anything, right? Weird. Ooh, Ooh, goody, more land. All right, so let's play the Wild Wanderer. And I'll go ahead and grab my planes just because I can. And we'll leave back my blockers. And we're probably going to have to take the damage from Iron Tread Crusher. But then we can ice it over. Yep. Yeah, I'll just take it. Interesting. I hope they can't cast another spell. Yeah, that... Oh, God, that makes Ice Over just terrible. Oh, no. Yeah, that is pretty bad for me. Whenever you cast any spell... Okay. So, I guess that means I'm casting Pima Outrider. And we'll make a disposable blocker. So what can I draw that could possibly deal with that? Not much. The Paradox Engine is actually a huge problem. I just have to get bigger than it. Than the Crusher. Okay. So I think this turn, if they swing with it, I'll just block with everything. That leaves me 6, 7, 8, 9 toughness. So they would have to spend a decent amount of stuff to get me on it. And like just a Chandra's Pyrohelix is not going to do it. Okay. This is going to be a pretty hard hit. 3, 5, 6, 7. So this makes blocking, like gang blocking the 6/6 a lot less tempting because I can get got really badly if they can just remove a 1/1. So I think we're just going to put the 1/1 on it. Well, that's not too bad. Alright, so we can Saheeli, and I can make a copy of Pima Outrider that gives me an extra blocker. I mean, I don't see any other way, so let's go ahead and do that. Like, I could try Scrying, that would put it to 4. And if I -2, I just get a 1/1. I think I've got to Scry to look for action, honestly. That is just awful against that Paradox Engine. I mean, they have to cast a spell to untap stuff, but I think I just need big creatures.
Genius is as genius does.
And we'll just pass. Yep. So I don't think Saheeli is nearly as valuable as killing this Iron Tread Crusher, so I'm going to try to triple block it. Because it's really the only card I can't deal with. And I'm going to lose a lot here, but there are a number of cards that could help me stabilize from this spot. And I don't think that getting one more activation out of Saheeli is going to help me very much.
Kaladesh summons me.
Yeah, that's just absolutely brutal against my enchantments. Make an energy. Okay. Well, I guess I malfunction one of the mores. And hope they don't have a spell, pretty much. If they do, I'm pretty sure I'm dead. They have a spell. Imagine that. They didn't attack with one more. Interesting. So more represents 4. Intruder represents 5. If they crack the Workshop Assistant, they get back the Iron Tread Crusher. Yeah, block there. Sure. And I think they do want to sacrifice Workshop Assistant to get back the Crusher. But realistically, I feel like I could have handled this. It's just that the Paradox Engine actually crushed me. Yep. And there's not much I could draw here to get out of this. Like, Cloud Blazer could help. That's not going to do it. All right, let's pack it in. Okay, so where's my Creeping Mold? Get that in my deck. And I think I can actually cut a Malfunction. I mean, I guess I don't want to cut those just because they have a card that's very good against them. I just need to hope that I draw my Creeping Mold in time. And this early stuff kind of doesn't matter. So I kind of like the Disallow, especially on the play. And so what isn't good? We still have 14 creatures, so we can cut some spells. Aether Meltdown seems strong, but it could be that I want to cut an Ice Over. They didn't seem to actually have much removal at all. They had a Hijack, but that's about it. So Blossoming Defense could probably get out. And cut something for Creeping Mold. It feels like it's got to be a 4-drop. Maybe since I'm bringing in Mold and Disallow, I can cut one Malfunction. That might be crazy, but I think that's what I'm going to do. All right, let's play first. Well, nothing early. But the Wild Wanderer lets me cast Cloud Blazer, so I'm going to keep this. And just hope that I draw something to do beforehand. That's not exactly something to do. Okay, that's not a huge threat. But now we're getting in danger. I do need to draw land pretty badly. Oh, thank God. And let's go get our white. That was a huge rip. And if they tap out here, I'm absolutely playing Cloud Blazer. Yeah. Coming in for 2. That is fine with me. All right. So let's play Cloud Blazer. I like that. Play the green. Let's play a tune. And we'll go get our second blue. Get in for 3. Okay. Okay. No blocks. An opponent is stuck on lands, so that is good news for me. So what do I want to do? They've got 3 energy. I can play the blue. Yeah, so let's go ahead and put the counter on the Wild Wanderer. And we'll attack for 6. And then we'll drop the tiger. And now I kind of want to start throwing Consulate Turret at their face. Sure. But I think between Creeping Mold and Malfunction and a couple of damage from Turret, we should be able to wrap this up in a turn or 2. All right. Ooh, that's a tasty one. So I could Creeping Mold the Skiff and then like Malfunction Virtuoso. They still get to make another 1/1 flying blocker, but it's pretty tough for them to deal with the tiger without the Skiff. So let's just go ahead and kill that thing. And yeah, I kind of want to Malfunction the Moray. Let's see. And if they wanted to put 2 1/1s on Cloud Blazer, I think I'd be fine with that. Yeah. Let's send. Yeah, I'll gladly make that trade. And it looks like they're not going to put 2 1/1s on Cloud Blazer. So that means right now they're taking 8. So they just left themselves dead. That's fine with me. All right, game 3. Yeah, I didn't miss Blossoming Defense at all. And I feel like another malfunction is maybe too many 4s. I'd really like to cast this card at some point. Yeah, I think we're fine like this. Just 2 islands, but Theorist on 2 does help. So I think we're going to keep this. This could be the game where I end up losing to my ridiculous color requirements, but that's the life you choose when you draft like this. Yep, let's just get this guy down, because I need to find some other colors of mana. And I'm going to give myself a chance to scry on my upkeep if they don't play anything threatening. I think we can actually just draw. So we'll get the Aether Swooper down, and then we'll start scrying on end step. And we're going to be a ways away from casting anything. All right, there's that Moray. And they want to hit me for 2, and I'm okay with that. All right, can we find some mana, please? That is not good. So I'm going to give myself another chance to scry on my upkeep. Put this on the bottom. I'm actually going to take that because I can't cast anything. Like, let's say I draw a green, I still can't cast any cards. And this will at least stop them from the next thing they do, so I'm going to go ahead and draw that. I should have probably cut Disallow being back on the draw. Yep, let's get my 1/1. Would I like to counter that? It's tough. I think I left the mana up, so I'm just going to counter it. I might regret that, but I'm struggling to hit land drops, and speaking of which, I am going to give myself an opportunity to scry on my upkeep. And I think I've just got to stop them as much as I can to get myself out of this mana screw. Think I can just go ahead and draw. I'm at 17. We'll be fine. I have to bottom that, sadly. Well, another blue. Oh, no. Okay. And I'm out of energy as well. So we're going to not attack, and we're just going to use this thing to block to buy us a little time. Well, that's pretty damn good. Yeah, it's not looking like we're going to win this match, because I can't cast any of my spells. So do I just take 4? I guess so. That is such a bummer. I mean, I'm going to keep fighting, but there's pretty much no way we can get out of this now. Like, I'm not even remotely close to double spelling. They have a bunch of lifelink. They can keep pressing me. I have a few turns, but right now I don't see a way out of this. And we'll block like that. All right, well. Let's hit the harvester. No attacks. Yep, that's pretty disgusting. And they're going to send the skiff. There's nothing I can do about that. And our best block looks something like this. This guy doesn't do any more stuff, does he? No. Well, green is neat. I can play one more card, but I'm at 5. I mean, I have to fade them doing basically anything at all. But I think I can live through this turn. But I just don't know. Like, I'm going to take minimum 2. So I'm probably just dead on board. But maybe not. 1-3 accounts for Moray. 2-3 can go on Thopterist. 1-2 can go on a 1-1. And then I take an amount of damage. Take 3, I fall to 2. Then I'm pretty much dead to, like, them casting artifacts with Fireweaver. So let's go 1-2 here, 2-3. Put the 1-3 here. And that's about the best I can do. Okay, so they'd like to trade. All right. So if I Saheeli, I can make a copy of Aether Swooper. That gives me 1 more blocker. Then I'm forced to block Sky Skiff. Yeah, but that's about all I can do, right? I can't cast anything else? No. Well, that's about as bad as it gets. So
All about the attention to detail.
and I don't expect to live through this turn, but if I do, we might be able to get back in this. Because I can play Cloud Blazer and gain a couple of life, draw some cards, and maybe cast something for free. I'll be shocked if I'm not dead here. Okay. Yep, I'm forced to make this block. Okay, so let's plus. Would I like to cast that for free? That doesn't do anything, so no.
Some lessons for you all.
Yeah, I can cast this and Aether Swooper. That's actually pretty good. Yeah, we can put that on the skiff. And now I'm starting to get scared because I'm starting to get some hope. Don't give me hope. I don't have any attacks. But now if they don't deal with Saheeli, I get to copy Cloud Blazer, which is pretty awesome. Opponent on right around 8 minutes. Okay. All right, we're going to block with a 1/1. That's fine. All right, so let's play the green. I don't think I need to minus Saheeli because I have a bunch of cards in my hand. So I think I'm just going to keep plussing to make sure that I can cast stuff. Yeah, let's Ridgescale Tusker, I think. Vipima Outrider. Yeah, let's just Tusker. Yep, I will definitely cast that. And I think next turn I'm going to minus Saheeli's to gain the life. And I'm still not attacking. Because I feel like I can't even take 1 damage here. But this is a nerve-wracking turn. Like, I probably shouldn't have gotten greedy and maybe gained the life last turn. But I think using the Scry to make sure that I'm getting double spells off of these cast triggers is pretty important. Opponent at 6 minutes. All right. So now we're going to minus. Make a copy of Cloud Blazer. And get me up to 6, and that puts me a lot safer. All right. And now we can go land. Let's go ahead and send the 2/2 because it's going to go away anyway. And they're going to go ahead and block. Makes sense to me. Now, I've got 13 cards left, so I do need to watch that. But I am basically going to get to cast my whole deck. If I do this, I've got 4 mana left. So let's do it. And I don't think it gets much better than Bristling Hydra. And that'll be all. But I feel pretty stabilized now. Okay, let's go ahead and scry. An opponent might just clock out here. I mean, they're at 3 minutes, 30 seconds. I think I like that. Doesn't seem super important right now, but I probably do want to keep that on top.
I like to think fast.
And would I... Yeah, I guess I'd like to cast it for free. So that means I can do this and Pima Outrider. Did I play a land already? And Seed Sculptor? Okay. So let's play the land. Let's Tiger. So for this I need 5 green. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I need to not tap Aether Hub then. Like that. And I think I'll just blow up the 1/1 flyer. That's not great, but I'm about to attack for a bunch here. Okay. All right. So I want to get in with Cloudblazer, Tusker, Gear Seeker, and Hydra. And I'm going to play 2 more creatures, so I should be pretty safe. All right, so they can sacrifice 2 artifacts to give that +4/+4. So that means we're going to lose Hydra here, but I think that's, like, fine. They're about to take 8. And if they want to sack both of those, then they can't free them eventually, which I'm, like, the most scared of. Do I want to spend my energy? Because that forces them to sacrifice something. So I think so. Yep, that works for me. Sure. All right, you're at 5, and now let's play the Outrider. Yeah. And let's put it on the flyer. And then next turn, if Saheeli lives, I'll copy Ridgescale Tusker and I think send with everything. All right, my turn. Oh my god, I cannot believe I won that match. Oh, what a match. GG's, sorry. All right, what do we got here? Bad mana, expensive cards, uncastable 2-drops. I'm gonna mulligan this. This looks good to me. I can bottom an island. Go ahead and cast a tune. And I'm going to get my white, I think. Because Aether Hub will be able to cast Saheeli if I draw it soon. And we'll play the white because they know about it. All right. That is a good card. I would like to draw not a land, please. Thank you so much, deck. And I'm going to try to block. I see no reason not to. Oh dear. Well, I'm lucky they didn't do anything there. Another Virtuoso. Getting 2 of those is pretty damn good. Alright, well, we're just casting stupid Tezzeret's Ambition because this is ridiculous. I don't even care that I'm going to have to discard. I need to get to some spells. But this start makes me feel like I'm only going to be casting 1 spell at a time. They'll be able to like do something like that, and then I cast 1 card, and then they deal with it, and then I'm dead. So I feel like I could pretty safely concede here. Yeah, there's no way for me to deal with that many 1/1 flyers. This is the most likely thing to survive. But we've gotten a run over here. Well, that doesn't hurt. So I guess I want to know if these are going to resolve before I do anything. And I do not feel like it can possibly be true that I don't attack with Hydra here. So I'd still like to have 3 energy to do it again, but I've just got to get the damage. And so now Riparian is 6. So I can actually crack back for lethal, but that's going to be game. They hit me for 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I go to 2. I mean, I could activate Hydra, but that only hits them for 8, and I don't really have a way to get the rest of the damage. I guess I could have, like, ripped Saheeli, actually, so maybe I shouldn't have conceded there, but... yeah, if Saheeli's on top of my deck... this is 8, and then 9, 10, 11, 12, so it's still short, but I get 3. So yeah, actually I could have killed them if they attack all there. Huh. Oops. Well, we'll have to just pretend that didn't happen. So, do I have any, like, reach blockers? It's probably true that I want something like Peafowl over Pima Outrider, because it at least has flying and, like, can block some flyers. But I don't have any reach. Blossoming Defense feels like it'll be reasonably strong against red-blue. And Boar is actually mildly interesting. It seems hard to grind against them, but I think I'm just going to roll like this. I've got Theorist, so I'm going to keep this. And I do have a 3rd land, so I don't think I need to scry on upkeep. I'll give myself the opportunity to do so, but I don't think I need to. Let's go ahead and draw. Go to main. And we'll play Aether Swooper. But now I do want to scry and maybe do it twice to look for a green. Yeah, blue is no good. And I actually do want to be able to block that because trading damage with this opponent seems super risky. So I can play Unbridled Growth and Rogue Refiner, right? That seems pretty good. That's pretty perfect. All right, we're doing it here. This is a good draw. I at least have some of my flyers to deal with their litany of 1/1 flyers. Yep, there's those back-to-back again. That is real good. We can bottom that. All right. So, I don't even need to play Aether Hub, but I think I'm gonna. And let's play Cloud Blazer and just kind of see what we draw before I decide on how I want to attack here. All right. Yeah, we'll keep making 1/1 ground guys. And I will gladly trade Rogue Refiner for a Virtuoso, no problem. And I think I'll go ahead and crack the Unbridled Growth next turn. scrying first, and then we'll crack it to draw. Okay. All right, let's scry. Attune is not great, but it does provide energy. It's going to kind of ruin my scries to the bottom, though, right? Yeah, I have 2 lands on the bottom, so that's going to shuffle them back in. I think I could pretty safely bottom this. And do I have... No, what I'll do is go to my draw step. Yeah. Sure. And then we'll... let's go ahead and scry. I can go on the bottom. Draw a card. That's a good draw. So I could win the combat with Aether Meltdown. Or I could just drop Gear Seeker Serpent. And I think I would way rather play Gear Seeker Serpent. So let's just do that. No attacks. Because we can wait until next turn. Boy, I just keep playing against Shipwreck Moray. People love that card. Oh, that's a tasty treat, isn't it? Yep.
Behold, new wonder.
Let's make another Cloud Blazer.
Because one is never enough.
Okay, fair enough. On to game 3. Yeah, I like having the Peafowl in for sure. It's not a good card, but like I need something to block those flyers. So on the draw, is there anything I'd want to do differently? I mean, it could be Creeping Mold, but that's just so inefficient against their flyers. And that Outland Boar is definitely very interesting. But I kind of feel like all my 4s are necessary. It's possible I could cut a Malfunction because their individual threats are not actually that bad. That is possible, but it seems a little crazy. But it's like terrible against Whirler Virtuoso. And like I don't care about these that much. You know what? I think I talked myself into it. Let's cut a Malfunction and bring in a Boar. All right, well, I got a Theorist, and that's always good. All right, I like when opponent does nothing. Green is such a good draw. Oh, man. All right, we'll drop the Theorist. Okay. I mean, that's a good card. I was like, if they have Whirler Virtuoso on turn 3 again, I'm just going to scream. They've done that plenty for me. So I really wish I could just drop Saheeli here. That'd be so nuts. But I cannot. So what can I do? I guess I can play the white. Go Unbridled Growth on that. And then we'll just pass. And Rashmi into Cloud Blazer is pretty ridiculous. All right. All right, all right, all right. That is also a very good draw. I'm going to keep that on top. Do I want to just pop the Unbridled Growth to draw it right now? I have the white but not the red for Saheeli, so I don't think so. Really tempting to play Rashmi, but I'm afraid it's just going to die and then I'll get behind. They get to make a 1-1 and then put a counter on Turtle. So it's very close. I'm going to drop Rashmi. We're going to risk it. Okay, please let me untap with this. Wow. Blown out. Too bad. Yeah. Well, we took a big risk and we got punished pretty badly for it. We'll leave that on top. Because I think playing Cloud Blazer here is going to be helpful. And I have no way of killing Rashmi. Yep, you get a Thopterist. And this is pretty much just going to be going through the motions. Like, if I had played Bristling Hydra, they wouldn't have been able to do that. Then I would have had Blossoming Defense for Rashmi, and that probably would have ended the game right there. So what can I do? I could play Saheeli. I could copy Cloud Blazer, draw 2 more cards. But I feel so behind on the board, I wouldn't feel comfortable playing Saheeli if I couldn't also do something else. That is also something else. So if I'm casting Saheeli, I will have 3 blockers. This accounts for Moray. This can account for Turtle. And then they still have 3 attackers. So they would be able to kill Saheeli, but I would get 2 cards out of it. I think I'm keeping that on top either way. So we can cast Saheeli. We'll copy the Cloud Blazer.
Imitation is the sincerest form of flattery.
Let's go ahead and draw another card. All right, land is good. Because now I can play Aether Swooper. So we'll go ahead and attack with the copy of Cloud Blazer. Then we'll play Aether Swooper and have Blossoming Defense up. So they can make 2 1/1 flyers. All right. I do need a malfunction for that or something. And I definitely need to protect my flyers. Yep. That's like fine. I have 6 mana, and I'll draw a card. But I kind of need an answer to the Gear Seeker Serpent ASAP. Yeah, I don't actually think a 3-2 helps me very much, so let's just bottom that. Okay, land is good. That can go on the bottom. Now, if I cast Tezzeret's Ambition... Yeah, I wouldn't be able to cast anything else this turn anyway, so I could just go Tiger and Aether Swooper. Alternatively, I can go Hydra, Aether Swooper, but I won't also have enough mana for Blossoming Defense. So then it makes more sense to do Tiger and Aether Swooper, I think. The other option is Gear Seeker, but that taps me out. And I really need to be double spelling like this whole time. So let's just go Tiger. And Aether Swooper. Yep. Still have half my library left, so what can I draw? Tusker wouldn't be bad. All right, my turn. I forgot to scry. That's unfortunate, but that's okay. Not a huge deal. Put that on the bottom. And now I do want to play the Hydra. Although I could just play the Gear Seeker. If they counter Gear Seeker, that's pretty bad for me. So I think I'll just play the Hydra. Now, would I like to send with a 6/6 trample? Kind of. Maybe it's best to be patient, but I kind of feel like I'm going to run out of time against Rashmi. They're taking 6. Okay. And I guess I'll drop the turret. I don't have anything better to do. Yep, that resolves. Yep. It's pretty good. So, if I pump the Tiger, I can get some serious damage on them. That's a shame. I feel like I just played badly with Blossoming Defense this entire game. All right, so if that's 3 at Saheeli and 3 at me, I'll just block the 2 coming at me.
Innovation knows no bounds. I will return.
All right, and they are tapped out. So let's make an energy. Let's scry. Put that on the bottom. And they can make 1/1 flyer. Okay. Island is not great. So why don't we cast... I think I just need to get Gear Seeker Serpent down. It kills them in 2 attacks. And then I have Blossoming Defense to protect it. I think I'll hold the island to discard a Tezzeret's Ambition. Yeah, and I don't want to attack. Sure. And this might be like they just attack all twice. Because that's what... I'm going to kill them in 2 attacks with Gear Seeker. Turret is 4, so I can only deal 9 right now. They can't make any more flying blockers, but we do have a reasonable chance to win this game. Okay, they didn't attack. So is there anything I could draw that would deal them any more damage? Ridgescale Tusker would. But I wouldn't be able to cast that and activate Gear Seeker Serpent. So I think dealing them 2 kind of doesn't matter. That's fine. Wow, they like literally can't block this for the most part, right? But I would really like a Malfunction. So we'll just bottom that. My turn. There it is. So let's play the land. Gear Seeker would leave me 2 mana. It's only 6? Okay. And the turn. And I'm just going to block for dear life and hope that Gear Seeker lives. I do have a Blossoming Defense to protect it. Oh my god. Holy crap. All right, we are doing a great job of winning absolutely unwinnable games, and this mana is great, so I'm going to keep this. All right. Yep, I will take my 1. That still gets to do the thing, but I do need to slow them down. All right. That is large. So we may want a Creeping Mold. Yeah, so Healy's not going to do anything for me. So why don't I play this Plains, go Wild Wanderer, and go get my red. That seems pretty good. And they're going to hit me for 9. Okay. So I am dead on board, huh? I could play Tusker. They'd make it unable to block. And then they just jump the barge. So that would put me at 3, having 1 blocker. If I play Theorist, Saheeli doesn't do it. Yeah, if I play Ridge Scale, I'm dead. If I play Theorist and Saheeli, I'm also dead. There's no way I can get more than 2 blockers, and I can't remove anything. Well, that was a blisteringly fast red-white deck. So it's probably true. Aether Meltdown is great, but I probably need to get rid of some slower stuff. Like, this game is probably going to be won or lost before Gear Seeker is relevant. Cobra is actually probably reasonable. And it might be better than... Seed Sculptor is a fine blocker, but these are pretty awful if I find myself having to block. So I think I'm going to cut one of those and, like, my Gear Seeker for some Cobras, for some Death Touch blockers. I think Blossoming Defense is probably pretty good, and the rest seems fine. Is there anything that's, like, particularly slow, though? I might not need Tezzeret's Ambition, and I could cut that for just, like, Creeping Mold. Even though Creeping Mold is pretty slow, but getting rid of their vehicles is kind of a big deal. Yeah, it just kind of feels like I need to get lower. Honestly, I'm just going to bring this in just as a blocker. Maybe cutting the Aether Swoopers is nonsense. Yeah, I probably want both of those. And then let's just cut... At 16 creatures, let's cut, like, 1 Tiger. Yeah, and I don't really have anything cheaper that I can get in, so... And I will play first. Oh, this might be too slow, but I don't think you ship it. The mana's good, so... Alright, cool, a 2-drop. Desperately needed that. That's fine. If you're not casting stuff, that is totally fine. I would love to scry. Thank you so much. Attune is decent. It's a little hard to pass because I probably want to use all this energy, and I want to be able to find my lands to cast my off-color spells, so... Although it's possible that I just don't need it. Yeah, let's just bottom it. Because I just need to be casting, like, stuff. Like, I need to cast a creature every turn. And I think I just want to play this Wild Wanderer and go get my white for the Cloud Blazer. Since I bottomed Attune anyway, And I have a little bit of time because they just have a 2/2 to kind of get that card down. It's a little bit slower than what I would like to be doing defensively here. Yep, that's totally fine. And now let's play our Hydra. Okay. So I can cast Aether Meltdown and Pima Outrider. Looks good to me. All right, they're just taking it. And do I want the 1/1? It doesn't seem relevant. Let's make a 4/4. Take my 4/4. Okay. Sure. All right, so we've got some malfunctions. I can hit them for lots, and they can hit me back for 4. So I'm just going to get in. And we'll pass. Okay. So they're interested in racing. And I think that means I gotta cast a Malfunction on, like, Eager Construct here, honestly. Because their plan is to race me by doing a couple of blocks here. So if I can slow that down to 2, that's a lot better for me. And I have one more Malfunction for anything scary. So if I don't attack, I just take 3 anyway. They're coming in for 4, and I'm coming in for 4. I do have a surprise, too, but that doesn't actually change the clock unless I pump this up. If I put it to 7, then it's 3 attacks. So we'll see if they want to not block here. So 3 damage is 4 attacks, and 4 damage is still only 3 attacks. So I don't think I need to Malfunction right now. Don't need to play this Forest for anything. All right. My turn. So let's go ahead and cast this. Yeah, it doesn't matter, right? Sure. That's a good one. I wish that I could cast this and something else. I guess Blossoming Defense would draw me a card. The problem is if they have like a mass pump spell, I'm kind of dead anyway, right? Well, I guess that's not true. It's not true if I don't attack. They can hit me for 3. Let's say they pick up both and they have +2/+1 to both. That's 4, 5, 6, 7. So I wouldn't quite be dead. So I think we can Rosh me. And then we'll just not attack here. Counter that. That's quite a top deck. Oh, man. Yeah, this is 6. All right, my turn. So we're going to go Malfunction. Edit Trailhawk represents 3, and so does Admiral. Is there a way I could attack for lethal? Like, if I draw Saheeli... Well, I guess we can Malfunction. So, let's play the island. I don't want to tap Aether Hub. 1, 2, 3, 4. So, Malfunction... Yeah, we'll do the Admiral. Right? Sure. That won't do it. GG. That is a really brutal deck. Very fast indeed. All right, let's play first. Yikes. 5 lands, I think, is too many lands. But it is all my colors, and I'm on the play, so this is a risk. But, you know, I have 2/3 chance to draw spells pretty much for the rest of the game, or so. And I can play anything I draw, which is not something this deck will be able to do every game. We'll see if I regret this. Well, a 2-drop is a huge deal. Get in for 2. And let's play the mountain. Okay, you got a 1/4. Kind of tempting to just Malfunction that, but I just don't think it matters. So we'll just play the hub, and we'll play the turret. It's kind of refreshing to not be, like, immediately on the back foot after that last match. Okay. You got a 2/3. Let's make an energy. All right, well, there's a Theorist, but I think I'm just going to drop Tiger. And hopefully they can't remove it, but it seems fairly likely they should be able to. That's fine. We can go ahead and malfunction that. Alright, so let's play the hub. We'll go malfunction you. Yes, I would like to attack as a 6/6. Play the Theorist. And end my turn. Now, if they get rid of Tiger, I'm kind of out of offense, but I do have Theorist to try to find me something useful. And I think I'm going to go ahead and scry an upkeep. Yep, that can get out. And we draw a land anyway. Okay. Well, let's go to our main phase. They take 6 again. And they may have an implement or something, so I'll hang on to the island. And we're probably scrying on our upkeep again. Still drawing lands. Alright, there's a spell. So that won't help me get more damage with the Tiger, but I could just try to go for it with Malfunction right now. That seems kind of greedy, though. And I'll attack both because they're forced to block the Tiger. And I would like to get in some damage for free here. Yep, that happens. You get to block. And I'll go ahead and pass. I think I'll play the island, though. Actually, I'll just hold it. I don't want to end up having to discard, like, an actual spell to a... I think I've got to meltdown this now. I want to start protecting my life total. Alright, gremlins it is, and I can malfunction those. The question is, do I want to start going face with Consulate Turret? How many energy guys do I have left? I've got 2 Aether Swoopers, got a Rogue Refiner, Bristling Hydra, and a Tiger. I think getting them to 2 is going to be pretty huge here, so let's go ahead and do that. Or dealing them 2, I mean. And I do still want to scry. I mean, that's keeping that on top is as good as putting it on the bottom. Although my Aether Hubs are switched off now. But I don't think that's as big of a deal as drawing a relevant spell. Yeah, we draw the white anyway. So we'll malfunction that guy. Play the white. And pass. All right, mapping it up. Well, that is unfortunate. So now I think we need to go to draw step and try to do like a scry and block. Well, I guess I could take 3, but we do need to block something now. And that probably means they've got something else to cast here. That's pretty good. And hopefully they can't remove it. Make sure we're making energy. Drop the Gear Seeker. And Gear Seeker is lethal if they can't remove it. I want to say this is a desperation attack, but I need to be careful. Like, putting Gear Seeker on Fenhauler is pretty obvious, but I could also just lose the Gear Seeker then. So I think I'm going to do it this way. I mean, that's a good card. It also gives me energy, but it won't be enough energy, but I'm not going to bottom it. Okay. And if they've got unlicensed disintegration, I'm just like dead, but... Yes! Alright, so what did we see? Yeah, they're pretty aggressive. But not like that red-white deck aggressive. Like, they're kind of more mid-rangey. Would I want Creeping Mold for any reason? Doesn't look that way. I mean, this felt pretty solid. Menace guys are kind of an issue, but their Menace guys are not artifacts, so... One consideration is a Cobra on the draw. Honestly, I don't hate that. Yeah, I think I'd like one better blocker. Ugh. Yeah, there's no way I can keep this. This looks decent. Let's keep 6, and it looks like I can bin Cloudblazer because I'm pretty far away from casting that. Like, Refiner into Hydra into Ridgescale Tusker is so ridiculous. All I need to do is draw 1 forest, and I'll have, like, a couple extra tries at that. Oh my god. All the things. Alright, this is getting a little scary. I have Draw Step, Refiner, and Draw Step, so that's 3 tries to draw 1 forest. That is not a forest. But I will still get to play Rashmi if I can't cast Hydra, so that's, like, reasonable. Turret is a horrible draw. Ooh, they missed? That's so good for me. Okay. So it seems likely they have like an unlicensed disintegration for me here. Turret makes the Gear Seeker one cheaper. And I don't really want to malfunction. So it's not the end of the world if they kill Rashmi, and if they don't, it's amazing, so I'm just going to cast it. I wish I had Blossoming Defense up, but that doesn't look likely. Yep. Yeah, let's go ahead and get this guy down. And now I think I can attack with Rogue Refiner. And if they want to trade, that's fine with me. Because if I can get my hands on some lands, I can just drop fatties. I'm casting Malfunction this turn anyway, so I'm just going to draw. Sure. Sure. That is no problem. And I pretty much want anything that's not a land. Well, second green is hard to pass up. Plus it gets me closer to Gear Seekers, so you know what? I take everything back. I take it all back. Sure. So let's drop our Hydra. Oh, let's play the Forest. And that should be pretty tough for them to deal with. All right, my turn. Blossoming Defense is awesome. But I think I'm just going to play the turret. It's pretty tempting to play the Tusker, but if I play turret... I guess if I draw land, I can cast Gear Seeker anyway, and I can protect this with Blossoming Defense. So let's just go ahead and drop it. Yeah, playing a 5/5 is much better than, like, playing a stupid Consulate turret. That seems like a lot better. This seems like Revolt bait, so I'm not going to bite. All right. Attack for 10. And they cannot Fatal Push me, so I'm just going to play the Serpent. Bam! Easy peasy. Alright, we're sitting on the bubble, fighting to get our money back. We can cast a turn 1 Unbridled Growth, turn 2 Theorist, and that seems great to me. Alright. So this is probably Black-White Revolt. Yeah, I'm just going to play... Yeah, we could play the hub. I don't see why not. But that does get me to Cloudblazer, which is going to be a pretty big deal. And I think we're going to want to leave this to block. We have lands to play, so I don't think I'm going to scry on upkeep. You go ahead and lose that life. Perfect. Jam this dude. Play my red. Okay, that happens. Go ahead and scry. It's hard to bottom a Malfunction, but I really want to land. But I have like a whole nother turn to find one, so I think I'm going to keep it. It's a good spell. Well, I'm glad I kept that Malfunction. I could just Aether Meltdown it. So, we're going to scry. Okay, so we got to bottom that. So I'd really like to just cast Cloudblazer. This is tough to bottom with a Ridgescale Tusker in my hand, though. So I think what I'll do is leave that on top. We'll cast Aether Meltdown on end step, and then we'll just cast this. I think that makes sense. And yeah, I can't cast Cloudblazer without the Unbridled Growth, so we're just going to go ahead and cast Pima Outrider. Yahenni is annoying. Sure. Yep. And I'm going to scry right now. Okay. So we can cast Cloudblazer next turn. So I think I just don't... block. Although I would like to just Malfunction Yahenni, but I think I can get away with casting Cloudblazer this turn. Discard 2. That resolves. So it's going to be Forest. And I think Ridgescale Tusker is actually a little bit better than Tiger right now. So we'll discard the Tiger. I'll take my 3. Yep, don't want any lands. Draw land anyway. So let's just drop the Tusker. If they can kill it, we still have Malfunction in the bank. And they already played a discard spell, so I think it kind of behooves me to hold on to cards. I'll feel kind of dumb if it's another Mind Rot, but who in their right mind would play 2 Mind Rots? Come on. All right, conceding at 18. I don't mind. So Yahenni is pretty damn good. Essence Extraction, Die Young. So these are all damage-based that I've seen, which makes Blossoming Defense quite good, but it could make Highspire Infusion interesting. I think on the draw I'm going to do that usual swap of one of these out for a Cobra. And Highspire Infusion is definitely intriguing, to say the least. I don't think I want Creeping Mold for anything. Don't want to kill Servo Schematic. They just played a bunch of black cards, so right now I don't really have a good reason to bring it in. Yeah, I want Highspire Infusion in my deck, just to be able to beat an Essence Extraction or a Die Young. On the draw, Consulate Turret seems pretty awful, to be honest. Yeah, we'll just cut it. It makes my curve look even worse, but it's bad anyway, so I don't think I'm going to miss it too much. 2 islands, but I can cast a Cobra, but it doesn't get the Death Touch and 2 double green cards. This seems like a mulligan to me. Well, Theorist brings this all together, and I think I can bottom one of these 4-drops. And I think it's obviously Pima Outrider. Like, who would bottom Bristling Hydra? Are you out of your mind? I actually kind of like doing this. I'm going to get energy off of a couple of cards that I'm going to play anyway. Oh, and this provides energy anyway? What am I talking about? Yeah, we're definitely doing this. So, looks to me like I want a green. I have a double green in Bristling Hydra, and I do want to cast that. Aether Poisoner, you say? Alright, well, I'm about to play Rogue Refiner. So honestly, I think Aether Swooper, yeah. Yeah, I don't need to scry for anything. Like, everything I want to do is in my hand. So I think I can wait on Theorist. It can't block Poisoner anyway. And Swooper is slightly better at keeping up with the servo production. Sure. All right, let's go ahead and play a blue and drop our Rogue Refiner. That's nice, but Aether Poisoner is pretty good against Bristling Hydra. Should I just block that? I, like, really want to. I'm gonna do it, because Bristling Hydra will never be able to get through that, and I'd have to spend another card to eventually do that anyway. And they're down to 1 card. So I can get this thing up to 5 toughness. I'm just going to take 2. Well, he's big. Alright, so we can drop another hub. Play an Aether Theorist. And then we'll just pass, because I'm going to try to not get hit by this Fen Hauler. Wow. Well. Boy, should I scry first? I don't think tucking something on the bottom is the... Oh, I can't even do that anyway. Okay, never mind. Is it possible you could just whiff? They get something. I hate that. Another Death Touch or 2, huh? All right, my turn. Play a Forest. And pass. That is probably the best one they could have asked for. They get to copy Gonti now?
What an interesting creature. Let's see how you work.
Boy, I have gotten my card stolen multiple times this league. Gonna have a tough time beating this Saheeli. Does a 2/4 matter? Not particularly. I feel like I gotta... What can I draw? Rashmi would be good. Yeah, this is not where I want to be right now. I think I can do a lot better than this. That's pretty decent. So if I malfunction the Gonti, I can send the Hydra. And I can pump Bristling Hydra 3 times to give it 6 toughness, 7/8 with Blossoming Defense. And I feel like my only chance is to go after this Saheeli. Okay, so they do everything. So this is 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 toughness. And I can go +3, 4, 5, 7, 8, 9. So I can kill the Fen Hauler and Countless Gears Renegade. Just by using energy. So we'll put it like that. Yeah, so we'll just get rid of those two. And I guess I'll hold on to this for Mind Rot. But Saheeli copying Gonti is pretty devastating. I kind of don't know why they're not doing that.
Do I have your attention now?
Well, Island was not a very good draw. So I still have Cloud Blazer in my deck, right? So I kind of don't even want to use this last energy. Okay, the ultimate is not a big deal, so...
Genius is as genius does.
You never want to see that card. I mean, I have to keep looking for spells. Yeah, let's go ahead and make a 4/4. Yeah, I guess I'll send it to Saheeli.
I will craft your demise.
Yep.
This may hurt a little.
So they get a 1/1. And they don't do anything else. Oof. Okay. Well, I'm going to send my 4/4 at Saheeli. Because I'm going to die to the damage from that, in addition to the flyer, sooner than later. I'm going to try to just get rid of it.
I need to go help Kaladesh.
It's a pretty funny quote. Oh my god. Well, we're just dead, aren't we? Ouch. Alright, well, Gonti was pretty good. And knowing about Dawnfeather Eagle is nice. So I kind of think on the play I want this disallow. And the Death Touch blocker does seem reasonable against Fenhauler. But I think back on the play, we're going to not worry about that as much and just go back with the Aether Swoopers. So what do I want to cut for disallow? I could just cut a Malfunction. Maybe this High Spire Infusion. I never felt like I wanted it. Like, they did end up having the Essence Extraction. But it looks like they want to play that, like, pretty early games, so maybe this just isn't good. A lot of my creatures are just bigger than it, too, so... could just be Ice Over. Especially with that Dawnfeather Eagle. That looks kind of bad to me. Let's just cut it. Alright. Let's play first. Yeah, this is not good. I could risk it, but... I mean, I've got the double blue for Ambition, but I just can't cast anything. And Aether Swooper by itself seems pretty wimpy. Yeah, I don't think I can keep this. Alright, this is fine. Yeah, we'll keep 6. And would I rather bottom a forest or an island? I have multiple double green cards and only one double blue. So I think I'm going to bottom the blue. And hopefully Rogue Refiner can draw me some action. That's a perfectly fine card. And I guess I want my red. Yep, we'll play that, and then we'll play Rogue Refiner next turn. Alright. So sooner than later, we can discard one of these lands to Tezzeret's Ambition. Hopefully we just don't get too far behind on the board here. Yeah, I'm just going to jam that. They just played a removal, so maybe it'll live? I hope they got my Saheeli again. No blocks. All right. Yeah, we'll put it on Gonti. I don't even really want to discard my white because I can play Cloudblazer. So it feels like High Spire Infusion was kind of a fool's errand. Yep, we'll get rid of that. And I don't even really want to block with Rashmi, so I'm going to get in. It is my Saheeli again. They've casted my Saheeli, I think, more than I have in this entire draft.
I know how to stop you.
But this hand is not messing around. So I have 6 mana, so I can actually cast 2 things this turn. So I think I'm just going to go Bristling Hydra. Cast that, sure. Play the Aether Theorist. And then we have Cloudblazer to refuel. So hopefully I can just overwhelm my own Planeswalker here. Feels like maybe you wanted to scry first. Sure. So this opponent really thinks plussing Saheeli is the way to go. All right. So what do I want to do here? I guess I want a Cloud Blazer. The problem with that is that Skyskiff is kind of an issue, and so is Aether Poisoner. Yeah, let's just blaze it up. Okay. So, what? Guess we can drop the hub. Play Unbridled Growth. And I think I'm fine passing. We can wait for a better opportunity to start attacking here.
I like cooking fast.
Okay. They did tap their Sky Skiff. So that's interesting. Perfect. So now we'll play this because they know about it. If I cast this, can I still cast Malfunction? Not quite. So I think I want to cast Malfunction on the Aether Poisoner. Draw a card. That's a good one. And let's go ahead. So the thing is that Saheeli can copy Fenhauler, and that's kind of dangerous. I do get to make a spare 1/1 blocker. Let's send both of these at them. Yeah, I'm actually about to make two things with Pima Outrider, so we can send the Hydra as well. Yep. So to get up to 7 toughness, I would need 4. So we're going to not pay, I think. And I'm going to put a little bit of mustard on this. So that's 9. That puts them to 7. That's good enough for me. I think I want 2 ways to grant hexproof. And then we'll pass, and then we get to cast Ridgescale Tusker and attack all. And I have 4 blockers. Sure.
I see a weakness.
Yes! Yes, yes, yes! We are going to the finals. All right, we are on the draw in the finals. I've got a Theorist and a pretty quick Saheeli, so we'll keep this. Consulate Turret is miserable again. Uh-oh, a red. You don't like seeing that. Yep, that is not good. Okay. Play our Theorist. All right, they're sending. Do I want to block here? Do I think they're bluffing? I'm gonna call them. Sure. Because that means that I can Saheeli and plus get it up to 4. And I think that's what I'm going to do.
The world yields to all.
Do I want a 5th land? I don't think I need another forest.
Genius is as genius does. You will not Oh, I'll craft something special for you.
All right, let's scry again. Don't think I want that either. My mana looks pretty good, so go ahead and bottom that. Then I'm going to play the forest. And let's see. Malfunction is not going to save Saheeli. Aether Chaser is kind of a nightmare, but I think I'm just going to play the Wanderer. Let's take that action, and I already cast Saheeli and it's about to die, so I'm going to get my white. Okay. No blocks.
Time to come up with a new plan.
That's a good draw. So let's malfunction the 4/4. Another one. All right. Okay. So I think I gotta block this and Blossoming Defense. All right, and that's a pretty lucky draw. Hopefully this thing sticks. That is not good for me. Yep, no blocks. And I have no choice, just play it again. Okay. Yep, you get another 1/1. And that's a terrible draw for me. And I think I'm just, like, dead on board. Consulate Turret has looked awful. I am cutting that ASAP. Yep, make another guy. Okay, well, that stops the flyer. So let's say I block here and here. I would have to block this, and I take 4. So I'm just dead, right? Block here, malfunction here, take 4. Okay. Well, that's an inauspicious start. So they're pretty fast. They had Leave in the Dust and Pyro Helix, which makes Blossoming Defense good. And I think I like Disallow for those Improvise guys. Maybe. Was Creeping Mold any good? They do have Air of Innovation, but I don't know if I want to Creeping Mold that. That seems kind of awful. How good is a 1/4? All right, we're getting rid of Consulate Turret for sure. Just get out of my deck forever. I give up on that card. It's terrible. Yeah, Padim just can't get in. I have no artifacts, so that's not going to be a thing. I don't need any more 4s. I guess it's just High Spire Infusion. I mean, they do have that bounce spell, so that's not great for me, but... Oh, wait. I have Disallow in. Okay, yeah, that's fine. I think this will work. All right, let's play first. Double Aether Swooper is pretty good. That'll make a bunch of artifacts pretty quick for Gear Seeker, so I think I'm going to keep this. It needs a few things to go right. But I can cast these back to back. And that should buy me a little time. Perfect. So I can actually go get my red. Yep. No blocks. Okay. So they can make a 1/1 flyer, but I don't think I care about that too much. So if I minus Saheeli... No, I think we're just plussing. Yeah, because if I minus, I won't be able to block the 1/1. Is that right? So I could just send with 2, make 2. You know what? That's probably pretty good. Actually, I do need to scry to find a land. So I think we're just going to do that. Yeah, sadly I have to bottom that.
Some lessons for you all.
Just Chaser at Saheeli. I'm going to block there. And I think I'll block here. Well, that was pretty good. Okay, land is good. Because that means I can malfunction the 2/1 first strike to slow them down a bit. And do I attack? Well, so how close are they to casting that 4/4 haste? I can't even block it. Yeah, we're attacking. All right, well, that's not bad. Okay, Era's fine. I'm just really hoping they don't cast that giant. Oh, green is so good. Cast a 4/4. Okay. And they're holding back. Let's cast a Hydra. Yes! Alright, game 3. Alright, I think Disallow is worse on the draw. Yeah, it's gotta be. They're just gonna be so fast. I really would like something that has some actual toughness, and I just don't have anything. So I guess we'll just take Highspire Infusion. Like, the Death Touch guy doesn't seem bad, but they've got, like, Pyrohelix, and that could just be a serious disaster. Like, Bazaar Barge doesn't seem terrible, but is that better than Malfunction? Yeah, I don't really have anything that deals particularly well with their 2/1 first strikes that they come out of the gate with. So, yeah, I think we're just going to stay like this. Wish me luck. This is way slow on the draw. It casts Cloud Blazer, but will that be good enough? Yeah, I'm going to risk it. I'm going to keep it and just hope that I draw something to do earlier. Perfect. That is such... Aether Chaser into Whirler Virtuoso is so good. It's so good. And I have nothing to do. Alright. I don't have any good blocks, and I have nothing to cast, so... Yeah, I'll trade with the 1/1. Alright, they do nothing, which is interesting. I feel like that means they've got some kind of spell for me. And I think I'm just staying home. Yeah, I've got my double blue and double green, so I can safely go get my red. Alright, I'm pretty pleased they did nothing there. Yep, I cannot block that. Alright. So, do you have a counterspell for me? I have to try to gain the life. They don't. Okay. I'm gonna take 2 again. Alright, that's pretty good. So, what can I do about that? Let's go ahead and play this island. Play the Rogue Refiner. And I can still play Theorist and Highspire Infusion. Oh, perfect. Yeah, I'm just going to do this now so they can't counter me or something. Yeah, and I think I can get in with this guy. And pass. All right. So, I don't have a great double block anywhere. So I think what I'm going to do is try to High Spire Infusion my 1/1. Take my 2. Ooh, that's a big draw. So play the land. If I play this, I can still play Aether Theorist. I don't need to malfunction anything right now. And then we'll play Tezzeret's Ambition. And I'm going to drop a Saheeli. Hell yeah.
What an interesting creature.
Should I just minus on Cloud Blazer? I think I'll just plus. Sure.
Do I have your attention now?
This is not a bad spot. That gets haste. Okay, so Healy's down.
Quite another day.
So if I malfunction, I could play a green and still play the tiger. Okay. All right, and I don't want to get got super badly by that trample spell. So I'm going to put the tiger on the chaser, I think. And if they kill it, I still have pressure in the air. And then I've got 4 toughness, so I don't take too much damage. They can make it 5 on the flyer. Yep, there it is. So I take 2, 3. That's not a very good draw. So what now? They're at 11. I'm at 7. They have 2 blockers. They're at effectively 8. 6, 7, 8. I think... Well, I'm definitely attacking with Aether Swooper. The question is, do I want to attack with Cloud Blazer? I think we'll leave it back. Maybe that's too conservative. I think that's too conservative. Let's just keep attacking. All right, I'm at 5. Yep. So they tapped their 6 power. Let's play the Tiger. I have 3 turns. I need to leave back the blocker for the flyer. And they have a 2/1 first strike. They only have 2 blockers right now, so what happens if I attack all? They're at 9. They go block, block, and take 4, so that would put them to 5. Yeah, it looks like I cannot attack. I have 3 turns to deal them 10 damage. Tiger does come in for a lot. That is a shame. But that does mean that they can only hit for 1 here. Gotta bottom that, and we need to scry on upkeep. Because we are dead next turn. A tune is no good, so we're going to bottom that. And drum roll, please. What do we get? An island. All right, so if I attack all, it's 12. Do they have to block with Gear Seeker? I think the answer is no. So that's 6 trample. But I'm dead on the crackback, so I just have to attack all. And it just isn't enough. All right, GG, Jang. All right, well, we got to the 5 wins with 4-color Saheeli rare pile. I got my investment back and I got 30 packs, which is not a bad deal. We lost a really close game in the finals, but I had fun playing, and I hope you had fun watching. That's going to be all the time I've got for today. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next draft.